I am going to do this video on tiling a shower floor. And before I head over to the property, I wanted to show you the grout I chose, which is called Profusion. It's pre-mixed, it's highly water resistant and stain resistant. It is more expensive, but it is worth the expense because the whole idea for a shower is that you water seal it as much as possible. Now that this is stain resistant, it's going to keep its clean color as well. And we're heading down to the property with Mr. Handyman himself. I think he needs a little bit of a introduction here. He's my buddy. So I used Versabond thin set mortar. This has very high ratings for showers. I used a Mapei 4:1 bed mix, and I thought it was better on the wetter side, but actually to form the shower bed, it would have been better on the drier side. It would be easier to form, and then spray some water on top of it. Excuse the dog. He has attachment issues. So I got this at Lowe's for about $14 a bag. And then this is what I did for the shower bed. I didn't just red guard on top of the mud, but I put in an XFasten fiber tape that I believe has a 40-year water seal lifetime. I got that from Amazon. It's easy to work with. I did staple it to some parts of the wall. And in the drain area, I kind of left a lip, and maybe we'll cut an X just so, you know, it folds into it. But I spent a lot of time on this area, and I folded the fiber tape behind the wall. I pushed it behind that wall with an X-Acto knife. Just a little bit of the seam. Now, behind the wall where the fiber tape is, that seam that joins the floor and the wall, there is a space between the wall and the floor so that the water, if it should happen to get in there, hopefully it won't, but so it doesn't wick up to the wall. And I used a purple drywall because what I've reviewed is that it is easier to work with than cement board, and once you water seal it, it's just as good or better. So I attached that to the studs with the drywall screws because that bottom half of the shower needed to be replaced, and I would like to go over everything. You see all those tiles with the gray mortar? I would like to put that Profusion on there because it has such a high rating. And then there was one tile that cracked, so I'm going to replace that. But these tiles are 5x5 constructor grade tiles, so they're always available, which is really great. Because, you know, if I had a shower that had hard to find or replace tiles, it would be a lot more challenging. So what I'm going to do is put a penny tile on this floor. I was going to do pebble tiles, but they were 4 times the price. I'm going to do a penny tile, and I'll have to prepare the mortar. Done is I've laid down the penny tile, and I bought these tile nips at Lowe's. They were only $10. They work pretty well. The only place I've really cut was around the drain. Now, the mud bed had a little bump in it, a little areas with bumps. Let me lift it up. And that was probably because I should have gone a little bit more dry, but there's this raised area. So what I'm going to do is just take my multi-tool, and this is a carbide DeWalt blade, and just take that nick out, re-fiber it, re-red guard it, because you just don't want to go too fast into something and ignore those little things. Well, I don't know if it's a little thing, but so that's what I'm gonna do. Of course, you know, you always anticipate that you'll be able to tile today, and then there's delays. So what you do is you number it, and then I would take this tile off in the corner, all the rows up to there, put that mortar down, and then work up until the, towards myself, up until the ledge. So that's where we are. And I just, with the drain piece, I just put the drain up over here and used a pen to cut around there, and then tile nipped it. And then the rest I just cut and made it to fit the bed. So this is really the fitting of it. Excuse my respirator mask. I've learned that when using Red Guard, I really have to wear one. So this will show you a little bit what I did beforehand. I had to get these bump marks out. I should have really got them out first, but anyways, there's always setbacks. So this is the fiber tape, the Fasten X fiber tape, and you put the Red Guard under. I'm gonna just dip my paintbrush in it. So this adheres to it, and then you lay the fiberglass tape on top of that. It acts as an adhesive to it. So I'm just gonna set that there, and then after you'll paint on top of it with the fiberglass, let it dry, and then I'll be ready to tile and mortar. You know, that's how repairs are. The drywall, I also have to put some fiberglass because I had to screw it in back a little bit. It was sticking out. So I'm going to seal that all up. And interestingly enough, JB Weld epoxy on the package is saying it's good for showers. So I may incorporate that somewhere down the line. You see here where there's that ledge? I'm going to have to cut a piece of drywall higher than the current one I have and get that all water sealed up in there as well. It's a bit of a challenge, but you know what? I have the best grout there is for showers too, and I'm taking my time. I mean, if you want to do good work and repairs, take your time. Don't rush any of it. Rushing is where you're going to make your mistakes, and you learn along the way. Alrighty, thanks for watching.